Hello my friend, welcome to this channel. If you don't know me, my name is Mahoor and I am the admin of Mahoor Design channel. Yesterday was my first design anniversary and many friends reached out and asked me to talk about myself and tell them how and when I found out that I can start designing. I should say that I am a designer by heart. It means that if I can feel something, I can design that things. And uh, designing for me is not something predetermined. So it means that if I enjoy watching something and I felt that things is worthy enough to get converted into Mosaic Crochet, I invest my time to make it done. So a little bit about me. Back in 2020, when the first lockdown happened in Vancouver and I lost my job and I was at home, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to spend my time, and I was so stressed out because of the uncertainty of the world around me. And that's why I started to get back to my hobby, which was crochet. And it was a long time that I didn't do it. So I started because at that time it was very like close to Persian New Year. It was March and the weather was so fine here in Vancouver, and we couldn't go outside. I started to make a doll for my niece as a Persian New Year present, but I didn't have experience. I had zero experience in amigurumi, and that's why I started watching video on YouTube channel. So yeah, and then you know what, amigurumi was not something that I really wanted to continue because there were lots of details and also tiny things that you had to make, and it was not my type. So that's why I continue watching videos and instructions every day on YouTube channel, and I try to find out something that makes me feel that this is the things that I really wanted to do. So and finally I started to have my own Instagram page, and I started to teach whatever I learned myself. Of course, it was in my native language, and still my Instagram is in Farsi. So I am writing in Farsi, which is my native language. But after a while, when I started to look for new things, because before that I always used the only one color, or if I was working like if it was a color work, it was not something that you can mix, like it was like a tapestry which you are working several colors at the same time in the same row or round, but I didn't know anything about color work, that you can use only one yarn, one color of yarn in each row or round. And that's how I met Tina on YouTube channel, and you can't believe me that I fell in love with that type of techniques, and it was quite a new world to me, and I really liked it because it was so gorgeous to make these new designs with only one color of yarn in each row or round. So, and it was on my son's birthday, June 28th, that I met Tina, and I started learning and teaching at the same time on the same page that I had in Instagram. And I was so encouraged because I was thinking about symmetrical patterns each and every day, and because in my ancient country, so because in ancient Persia there are lots of symmetrical patterns still existed from the past, and they are like our own heritage, and I saw them in everywhere, like in Persian rugs, in buildings, in monuments, in everywhere I could see those patterns. And when I was working on any projects, I was thinking about it, how I can convert those patterns, those past patterns, into Mosaic Crochet. And that's how I started to do some sketch for myself, and started to draw. And then I found out that, oh my God, I am able to use the charts and I can make a project out of it. And the first thing that I happened to make was not quite well. It was very nice on the paper, but it was not nice when I was making a project. So that's how I didn't have the courage to get it out and let other people say what they think. So, but one day when I was working, after a while, when lockdown finished and we get back to work, I was working as an invigilator for the IELTS exam, and it was like a city IELTS. And in that session, the candidates were doing the test, and I was doing nothing because I read the instructions for them and helped them to get started with the computers, and everything were done. And it was 1 hour that left that I had nothing to do, and I was so like out of my mind that what should I do? How can I bear these 1 hour that I have to wait for these candidates to finish their test? And that's how I had some papers and a pencil, and I started to draw something. And I saw that, oh, I drew a pine tree, and I like it. And I say that, okay, so how can I make these pine tree in 4 directions to make a square? And I made it. And then when I went back home, I forget about the sketch, and I didn't throw it away, but it was in my pocket, and I didn't use the same trousers or the same pants the next 2 days. And after 2 or 3 days, I'm not sure, I guess I wanted to wash the clothes, so that's why I was just emptying the pocket, and I found the sketch and say, oh my God, I forgot about it. So now maybe I can like try to use Excel and try to make that chart for myself to see that how it works. And then what happened? I created the Excel sheet, and I started to color and to make the chart. And after that I made the chart, I started to crochet myself to see that how it works, because you have to provide a sample to people who are going to if for example you are trying to give it as a gift or give it as a free version of the pattern, or even if that you want to sell it, you need to test it yourself first. So, and then you can ask other people to test it. So I myself started to test, and the outcome was gorgeous. And I remember that I had only white and green yarns, and because I thought that so the pine tree is green, so it's a good combination. But I thought that, okay, this first version is very empty. It needs some, maybe I have to add something to make it look better. And that's why the second version happened to get born. So after I finished the second version, I needed someone to test it for me. And it was not only me that enjoy crocheting that pattern. So in Instagram, in my own native language, I announced that I have a pattern, and this pattern has 2 versions, and I was asking people if they are willing to participate, and you can't believe it that over 90 people say yes, and they started to test my pattern. But of course, not all of them, but few people happen to do the both versions, and some of them only one, and like version 1 and the other one version 2. So that's why for that pattern I have plenty of testers and plenty of pictures. And then I was encouraged to, because after it was tested, it happened to, I mean that many people, they were like reading the Farsi instructions and also they follow the charts. But I found that it is not a bad idea to get started and try to translate it into English. So, and I used the US terminology for my patterns, so I started to convert or translate from Farsi to English. Then on May 31st, it was getting ready, and I like published, but I didn't activate it because I wanted to activate it on my father's 84th birthday. So yeah, and that's how my journey began. It's a long story. After that, I couldn't stop thinking, or couldn't stop like drawing, or couldn't stop making projects in Mosaic Crochet, overly Mosaic Crochet. And up to now, I have designed more than 30 patterns, but only 6 of them has get published. And it's because it takes time and you need testers, and I found out that if I want to be successful in this industry, I need to have some views, and also to have new testers, international testers, not only people from my own like homeland, because I think that I am not designing only for Iranian people, I am designing for the whole world. So because art is the like the language that speaks to everyone, and everyone can enjoy it. It shouldn't be specifically for a certain like people. It shouldn't be only for a group of people, certain group of people. So that's why when one of the friends, Facebook friends, reach out and say that, so do you want to have a CAL? So because I didn't start it and I didn't know anything about CAL, as many other people, I have noticed that many designers, they started to provide this type of gathering, but I had some gathering in my home country for my people. Of course, I'm not in Iran, I am in Canada. So, but thanks God that we have internet, and internet makes everything possible. That's how I started to think about it, that if I wanted to have more views, and if I want to be known by other people around the world, I need to talk, and I need to introduce myself, and I need to get out of my comfort zone. Because before that, if you notice in this channel, I was using Farsi as the language of the speaking, of the language of the videos, but I found that many people have problems because they don't understand Farsi, and it's not easy for them to use the subtitles. And even if that, of course, I don't have subtitles for any of my videos, because the purpose was to produce these videos for Iranian people who speak Farsi, or for people who know who happen to know Farsi. But because many people reach out and say that, okay, so you are a designer, you are designing, and you are expecting people to buy your patterns, but why the language of your patterns are in English, but the language of your YouTube channel which is supposed to be as a support, providing videos to people who have problems understanding your pattern, why your videos are in Farsi and not in English. So that's how I was thinking about it, that maybe in my first anniversary, after the first anniversary, I started to produce more videos in English rather than in Farsi. Because in this case, many people are able to enjoy the videos and understand what I say and follow me. That's how I started to produce English video. And also, what else I wanted to say? I wanted to say that here in this channel, I am going to provide some instructions on how to read my charts and how to read my patterns. And if only you have any problems with any of my patterns, if you bought them and you couldn't like follow the instructions and it's hard to understand, you can always reach out. You can comment under any of my videos, or you can join my Facebook group. I will put the link in the description for those of you who likes to join. And you can find me in any other social media, because I am an active user myself, and I am in each and every platform that you think, you name it. So I will put some of the social media and you can find me there. And what else I wanted to say? I wanted to say that I am about to start a CAL, and I will announce it very soon, because right now the testers are working on it, and when we finish testing and we finish the different parts of the CAL, then I will announce it officially here, and also in my blog, and also on my Facebook groups. Everywhere that I have presence, I will put all the information about how you can get started and how you can follow. And also, if we start a CAL, this CAL will be with the weekly instructions, and also these instructions is written instructions, photo instructions, and also charts. So it means that you can follow, if for example you are a visual person, you will have the charts and the photo. And if you are into the written instructions, you can always read whatever you like to understand how you can make that part of the CAL. So I just keep it a secret. I don't tell you from which pattern we are going to have a CAL, and also with which group, because I have a sponsor, and this sponsor is helping me to find the testers, and also they are helping me to introduce myself to the world of crocheters, and also those people who are into Mosaic Crochet. And what else I wanted to say? I wanted to say that thank you for everyone that trusts me and they bought my patterns, even if that they are not giving any feedbacks. And I always wanted to see that if they are making projects out of my patterns, but it's okay, because I know that many people are not into social media. Maybe they don't like to like give shout out to the designer, but I guess this is a cool thing, that think about the designer, and you are giving him, you are encouraging that person to continue by sharing your beautiful projects with other people, by sending love, and also by letting other people know that there are lots of new things happening around us. So I guess this is nice to let other people know that how a new pattern is created. And if you are using any pattern by any chance from me or other designers, please be aware that it is cool to give credit to a person, because there are lots of works. Creating and designing is not an easy job, and because we are not working only on the projects and on the design. For me, it's not my only job. I mean that this is not a job for me, it's a hobby. But I do love to convert this hobby to a job. Not a job, like, I just wanted to say that being a designer was always my hope, and I always wanted to live a life of a designer, but I have a day job, and also I need to earn money to continue. So I guess this would be great if people at least appreciate the hard work that the designer put into her designs and her patterns, and appreciate the way they are creating something new. So this appreciation helps us, encourages us to continue. Thank you so much for everyone who are appreciative to all the designers. I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about all the designers. And please, if you like something, help that things to get seen. So thank you so much, and I will put all the details of about my social media, about the Facebook group, and about other things that you might be interested in the description. And if happen that you are not following me, please follow me and subscribe and hit the bell beside it, so that when I am uploading a new video, you can get notified. And I promise that I will make some new videos about how to make some of my patterns, about the patterns that published before, or the patterns that they will get published. At least I can make some short videos to announce that what I am doing. And don't forget that my New Year's resolution was to create and to design 100 patterns. Up to now, I have designed 25 patterns, and they are ready to be tested, and hopefully they will get published during the year. And also I am working on other patterns. Hopefully I can reach my goal by your help. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you later. Bye for now.